Matt again from Learning Lockdown. So today we're going to look at a different kind of video. Another one again to do with tuning, but this time tuning the ukulele. Been asked by a friend to help with learning in lockdown the ukulele. So I thought again, first idea, let's do some tuning. So I've taken a break from painting. So the ukulele is a different kind of instrument from a guitar. I don't have one, hence why I'm using a guitar. However, I have restrung and tuned to how a ukulele would be tuned, so we can learn some chords and stuff together. So, how's a ukulele tuned? It's different, very different from a guitar. So the idea with this one, the strings are in a different order and a different tuning as well. So starting again, same idea, 4 strings, top one referred to as the first string, the highest one, the next one, second string, third string, fourth string. They're not in that order for pitch though, for how high pitched they are. So you have, starting on the first string, you have an A, the second string is an E, third string is a C, and the fourth string is G. So how do we tune this? Let's start with the first string, as we did with the guitar. I've looked up quite a few different ideas on tuning ukuleles. There was one such post that said to tune it in a particular order. They started with the lowest string, which is actually the third string. Doesn't matter too much what order you tune the strings in, as long as they're in tune to themselves. I'm going to show you how to get the ukulele in tune to itself as well, to make sure it sounds really cool and really good. So, how do we do it? Top one, the A string, will tune with a guitar tuner. I personally use the app Music Memos. It's really simple and so basic to use. So it's an Apple made app I've got on my iPhone. You just download the app. Top right corner has a little tuning fork icon, tap on that, and then it just listens into the input through the microphone on the phone, or if you can plug it in, that's cool too. Probably not going to plug in a ukulele though, unless it's an electric ukulele, which do exist. So A string, we'll tune this with a tuner or an audio file, which again I will leave in the description, a link in the description to this video for an A note being played over and over and over again. Or if you've got a keyboard or piano in the house that you can find that note on, good stuff. So we tune that note first. That's an A. Now we've tuned the first string to A, obviously just moving the tuning pegs. A lot of the time you can use trial and error, or obviously listen to whether it's a lower note that you're playing compared to the one you're listening to, or higher, and tune accordingly, but just make sure they sound exactly the same. A really nice way of doing it is, as you're tuning, you might hear a fluctuation in frequency, a little wobble in the waves that you're hearing through listening to both notes at the same time. When you hear that wobble, if it's faster, it's more out of tune. As it slows down, as you're moving the tuning peg, it's becoming more in tune until you can't hear it at all. And that is the best way to tune, really. So, next string. Now we tuned the first string to an A. Next string is going to be an E. How do we tune that? We fret down on fret 5, so counting between the fret wires, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We fret down on fret 5 on the second string, not on the highest one, on the next one. So you fret down on fret 5, play that note, and play the highest string note as well. They should be the same. And again, if I take this second string out of tune, there we go, and play those two notes together, you can hear a slight wobble, discordance, and as I play that and tune it up, you can hear it changing. Almost there. Can you hear that becoming more the same? So tuning it up still, becoming more mono now. It's pretty much there, isn't it? There we go. So they're now in tune. Fret 5 on the second string, open on the first string, and we have an A and an E. They sound nice together as well. Cool. Now, tuning the third string. The third one is going to be a C. And this tuning for the ukulele is called standard C, is what they call it. So tuning this string, we're going to fret on fret 4 this time on the third string. So again, we count the frets 1, 2, 3, 4. Holding down fret 4 on the third string and open on the next high string on the second string and playing those together. Again, should be the same. Same principle, playing these two notes together, making sure that they sound the same and there's no reverberation kind of in that wobble, in that wave, and that frequency that we're hearing. And once they're in tune, you're set. You now have C, an E, and an A. They're the three strings that we've got in tune, first, second, and third. Now we're going to tune the fourth string. Now the fourth string is interesting on the ukulele because unlike the guitar, the fourth string is higher pitched than either of the two middle ones. More like a banjo, which is quite interesting. It's quite fun to play though. Gets the imagination going, and you can make some really cool stuff with that. So, how do we tune this? This time we're going to fret down on fret 7, but we're going to fret down on fret 7 on the third string. These are going to be an octave between each other, so the top one's going to be higher, and the third string on fret 7 is going to be lower, but by exactly the same, it will be the same note, but an octave between them. So if we play the fourth string, open, no fret on that one, and then we're playing fret 7 on the third string, you can hear they're going to be the same note. And that's then tuning your G. So you have G, C, E, A. Standard C tuning, because C is the lowest note on the third string. And again, just dialing that one in. And we should then have all of those in tune. Again, you could use the app or a tuner to tune it to itself, to tune each string individually. To those notes respectively, so tuning up the G, then the C, then the E, then the A, and that's fine. I like to double check it with this method to make sure that it's in tune to itself, so that when you're playing it alone, which is normally a solo instrument, I guess, maybe singing along with it too, it will at least sound good itself too. So let's try a nice, really simple chord. We're going to try the C chord, as this is C tuning. We're going to fret down on the third fret on the first string. That's the only fretting we need to do. And then we just play the other three strings open. Awesome. And your ukulele is now in tune and ready to go about learning some cool ukulele style chords. I'll put up another video about that at some point soon. Use the same guitar. This one, by the way, is my first guitar, so it's about 20, maybe 22 years old now. It's a junior scale because I was a lot smaller back then, and it means that the scale, the string length is shorter, and so the frets are closer together, so it's the guitar that is as much like a ukulele in scale length that I could get to, especially while we're in lockdown. So I've just moved my highest string up to here, taken the two lower ones off and moved that highest string up to there. So any guitarists out there, you can do exactly the same thing. Take that highest string, keep the next three, take the lowest two off, put the highest one up there, and you've got the 4. Perfect. Thanks very much for watching. See you again soon.